welcome back to another episode of the Hypermine Unstable. I've been busy, as always. I've kind of started my episodes off like that every time for a while now. I've been busy. Yeah, I have. I've been doing stuff. I have put the floor in. I was actually debating last episode what to put the floor in as, and then the first few things that I tried, I literally used like 7 or 8 stacks up just while I was over there. I don't think I really comprehended how much blockage there was going to be. So it ended up being stone. Cobblestone, in fact. Because, well, cobblestone, I've got infinite, and it's being produced for me, whereas every other possible block imaginable was going to take a lot of work to do. What I've been doing down here, though, right? I've cleared the end off, so I've got rid of all that. I did use the quarry card. Quarried this area off and cleaned it all out so that I can make it dirt, basically, to make it fields. It is going to be fields all the way back up here, that's the point. But what I'm doing down in this section is just like the minimum height for a level here. And what I want to do is fill in that level floor, like there, fill it in to give me a too high area underneath here, and then put the dirt layer over the top of it all afterwards. So I'm trying to get the kind of the shape of the under farms, and then I can start putting dirt over the top, wrap it over and wrap it around. As you can see, this level here will have dirt at 1 higher than the sea level. The sea level is kind of what I'm basing it on at this end. Sea level, this is all sea level. Then this section will go 1 higher, so I'll wrap this bit as well a little bit and contour it a little bit out. And then as we get to here, there was a step up just over there. So we're going to step up over this area and this next row. These are actually 16 blocks wide, chunks wide. So the first 3 chunks are only 2 high. The next 3 chunks are going to be 3 high. And then we start getting a little bit more interesting here. Because over this side they kind of flat and level, so the 3 block high area will look right for it stepping up, and then it starts stepping up quickly. I've done another 2 chunks there at 3 high, but here, because we step up a bit quicker on this side, and I want to, I've done this 4 high. So we're kind of leaning them together slightly. So this one will end up being here, and this particular chunk will then be higher than the others. And I'm just working on that principle now to set up the whole setup. Yes. Occasionally one chunk can be higher than the others, so long as it's still got a stepping up process to it, which is okay. And on the internals, this is kind of what it'll feel like. I've got plenty of room for messing around with stuff inside. That's good. I made myself a couple of diamond builders wands because they have quite a large area of effect, and I use them to do the floor. As you can see, it's got a large area of effect on the floor. Oh man, it just did that. I didn't realize it was going to go around the corner. Shame. Right, looks like I'm going to have to smash that down as well. So yeah, I've got a bit more of this setting up to do. I'm going to be staggering up fairly quickly now, like up and up and up and up. I may go from 16s, because the chunk is 16, so all of these so far have been done in 16 by 16 areas that we're going to be going up in. Because we're going to be staggering up a lot faster now, I might start doing 8, depending on the contours. I can see the contours there. So there might be like we do a 6, or rather we do an 8, and then we do another 8 to jump up quicker, like stepping it up. And then maybe another 8 and another 8 to jump, stepping up quickly. And then up the top there, we'll probably do another 16 up at the top, that one. And again over here, we'll probably do an 8, an 8, an 8, an 8, an 8, and step it up in height as the contours of the land is stepping up as well. So down here, it's going to be very formulated and regimented and square. It's going to be square and functioning. but on the top surface, the soil level that I'm going to be adding on in just a little while, that will be contoured to the area. But I actually want to get farms done today. I want to actually make some farms and get them started today and show you what I'm up against. So I'm just going to cut away and get the rest of this built. Okay, and there it is. You wouldn't even know it was there, would you? You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't know. Let me get a ender pearl. Give me ender pearls. Where's all my ender pearls? Have I got some spares in here? Yeah, I got some spares in here. Good, good. You wouldn't even know that it was there. It's ready to be turned into farmland now. Every last little bit of it, all ready to turn into farmland. You can tell where the bumps are. You can tell where I've stretched it out and bumped it up, but I've leveled it all off neatly and tidily. So now I can curve the contours as I'm building all the farms and make it look good. And it will look good. It will look awesome. And my house up on the top of the hill there will look epic. And the farmhouse over there will look epic. Hopefully. There is one small thing. And it's not that Hector's building a tower over there. That's perfect. Perfectly fine. Lovely. Hector's building some beautiful scenery. Hector's a very good builder, so I'm glad about that. But these trees, these were not here. They were not here at all. I have chopped these trees down a couple of times now, and they keep returning. Let's chop them down again right now, and let's see if you guys see anything else happen. See, it's got the IC2 rubber thing there. Everything's there. It may be an IC2 thing, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know if it's an IC2 thing that now they just kind of repopulate themselves into areas. But I've already chopped these down a couple of times and got a few of the saplings for it already. And I know I've cleaned up all the saplings. I know I've been picking up the saplings like this, so it's not that the saplings have just dropped there. It's something. I don't know what it is. I put the dirt there, and it just decided to grow trees on it. Almost like this particular chunk. Let's just check the chunks, actually. Yeah, it's almost like this particular chunk. Like this. You know how they have slime chunks? See, that's in the chunk, that's in the chunk, and that's in the chunk. You know how they have slime chunks? Well, I think they may be having some form of IC2 tree chunks. It's a mad suggestion, but that's the only conclusion I can really make with how and why these trees just keep repopulating. And repopulating in such a random fashion. It's not like someone comes along and just plant in a nice little row, ready to chop down. I mean, Hector's welcome to come over here and do some planting and stuff. That's fine. He's welcome to come over here and start using the farms when they're all up and running. I mean, there's going to be more food than I'll need to eat myself, so everybody on the Hypermine server is welcome to come over and help themselves to my farm stuff. I'll even build that big farm warehouse so that people can physically get in here and be able to get whatever they want. I'm not going to need it all. I'm going to overdo the farming and not need it all, I promise you. So people are quite welcome to. But inside now you can see how the overall look of the place is going. And the first 3 farms over here, I'm going to need to raise this up a little bit so I can reach them, but there's a seeding thing going on there. It hasn't really done a lot just yet. We're still waiting for the first lot to grow. Onions and the like. I may have some particular way of planting these things in the future. But it's got a small radius of 9, you might be able to spot. Yeah, range of 9, which means it'll just do the 3x3 around the farmer. And they're staggered like so they always have a little gap between them, so I can do little bits and pieces in there. But we've got quite a large gap now up here. Well, down here, under here, up on the surface, under the surface. A nice little layer. Unfortunately, it's all cobblestone, but it'll have so much pipes and stuff that it'll make it look interesting. And we've got a couple of little runs up here, like this one, where I kind of had a place. I think there was like a little lakey type place here, so I've left it in there. But the majority of it is to the format that I was suggesting earlier on in the last episode. and I'm quite pleased with it all overall. I've got the contours on this side. The contours have been kept around here. Oh, not you. There's ocean monument thingies. What are they called? I can't remember what they're called. The big fish. The big fish are in here. They spawn now in any water. They don't just spawn around ocean monuments, I found out. I found a couple. They actually tried to kill me when I was at my harbour the other day. That's going to be a factor that I've got to consider. But they do go after the squids, so let them crack on with it. They'll despawn as well, no doubt. But yeah, you can see that the contours have continued around and over, and it all looks almost like it was originally here. But obviously I've reduced the levels in lots of places, and I've smoothed it out, and I've cleaned it up, and now it's a perfect covering for my little farm arrays. And so on the surface, we should end up seeing these little patches like this developing, little areas of farm and stuff that will go on to produce and produce and produce and produce and produce and send all the good stuff away. This one's only got a range of 8, that's why that's covered at the uncovered at the minute, so I can add another upgrade to it. But you've already seen me do progressive automation. That is wooden progressive automation stuff as well. I don't know whether I'm going to upgrade to stone, because I've still got to make the wood as well. It's a dilemma. I kind of want all of the Pam's Harvest Craft stuff to be looked after by progressive automation in little sites like that, little slots around and about. I've already started thinking of waterfalls cascading down and trickling through and out into the bay and all that make it look like waterfalls are hydrating the place. Little streams running between them, and where to put trees and pathways and all that kind of stuff. There's lots still to be done, but now we've got the basics of the planned out area covered over and sorted out. Now I need to make some farms. So, yesterday's episode of the Terraforming involved creating a forester, a carpenter, and a thermionic fabricator in a way. Forestry is my go-to at the minute for farming. There is an Ender.io setup, and there is progressive automation as well. There might even be something that I haven't found yet in this pack that also does farming as a hidden feature, or a feature I just don't know of. But what I want to do is set up a forestry farm. So, forestry farms, the farm blocks basically are used to make all the other types of blocks. I've done these so many times, and it's so awesome and so easy. But you do need a few things, like this tube in particular. The copper and the stone and the planks are easy, but the tube itself needs a thermionic fabricator. And some various tins, and redstone, and some glass and stuff. Not really a problem, it requires a bit of power. Thermionic fabricator in this pack is very, very simple. Super simple, just the way it should be. So we can mess about with that now and start making some farm blocks. Each of the different farm blocks has its own use, like a gearbox takes power. That's just some tin gears. It is easy enough as well. We get hatches for putting stuff in and taking stuff out of the farm. That's easy enough as well. And we get valves for putting liquid in and out of the farm, and that's just some glass. And then there's the control, which allows you to turn it on and off with a redstone signal. That requires a golden electrum tube, so not so easy. But anyway, let's get crafting some stuff up in the morning. Okay. Alright, well, I made a start. I've made a 3x3x3x3x3. I think I need some more of those, though. I do have the ability to make some more. I just wanted to make them in the same style. Like that. There we go. Why was that in there? Are you glitching? Are you glitching on me? Where's that gone? Oh, come on. I just had 3 there. Oh, man. Sometimes, I tell you. Sometimes. I just had 3 there. And I came over here. And I did this. And then they've disappeared. Right, well, let's make some more then, I guess. Oh, I'm pretty sure I need 2 layers of this, so I need to make some more of these. So we'll get a few more of these bits. Now, these thermionic fabricators and stuff constantly use RF. Constantly. So you've got to be careful not to leave them attached to power sources. But it seems that it's only using about 10 RF per tick at the minute, and we're producing tons, so I'm okay. I'm okay to leave it there. I'm happy. Excuse me. I'm happy enough to leave it there. More copper. Yes, we've got more copper now. I just did the copper recipes. Just did a load more copper just to get this, so it's there again. Look. Right, stop it. Oh my days. Did I just lose it again? I think I just lost it again with that recipe going in there. Oh, that's gonna be nightmare. Having that do that every time. Okay, let's not do that then. Okay. So I've made more than I need, obviously, because of the recipe keep glitching out. But we're okay, we're okay. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I got resources, I can do it. So the other thing then is now a gearbox. To be able to set it all in motion, I'm going to need some tin gears, which means I'm going to need some basic gears times 3. I think I'm going to need a few more, so let's just get a few more there. I'll toss all that away. And then make the gears. Yeah, make 9 of those. That's good. And then we should be able to get 1 of those. Gearbox. Awesome. And it did use them up. Yeah, it's using them up properly there. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Hatch. Need a thing. Yeah. Let's put that in there. And make the hatch. Does it work like that? Yeah, it does. Awesome. I don't need to find the right recipe. Valve is some glass. I'm missing glass by the looks of it. Can I not use any glass? I've got, oh, all my glass is in here. Well, I'll take all that out now. I don't need that anymore. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, that was the valve. Yeah. And a control. I don't really need a control. It needs a gold electrum cube. It needs a gold electrum. And I don't need the actual controller. I only need these. And I believe that because I've used sandstone, I could also use sandstone, smooth sandstone in this particular design. So I'm going to give that a go as well. There's something a little more that I want to do with it all as well. But I don't know if that's going to be a thing yet. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to keep it as secret as I can, but at the same time, I want to get on with it and force it over here. What I did over here... Hi, Bat. How you doing? What I did over here was I selected that corner and this corner and then used the quarry, but changed the dimensions of the quarry so it went down all the way to bedrock. So it's cleared out every last little nugget of everything from inside the bedrock. And that is cool. That is good. That is just what I wanted. But I now want to leave kind of a light source. An unspawning area. I'm probably using the wrong stone for this, really, and I should just use normal sandstone. But I make sand, and I just happen to have this sandstone on me, so I'm going to do this. And I'm basically going to fill everything in up to this point, so that at this point I can put glass. Maybe I need to go down one more then and put some sort of light source underneath the glass. Because mobs can't spawn on bedrock or glass. So if I put bedrock and glass down here and then somehow light up the area. I was thinking of lighting up from underneath though, from the floor. I suppose I still could do that. It's going to take me a lot of glass and a lot of sand to do that all the way around. But when it's lit, I suppose it will have a funky look. Let me do this area and we'll see what we come up with. Well, luckily for me, I caught this one before I got too far in it. I was thinking that this would be a good design, with the sandstone around the edges and lava underneath glass at the same height as the bedrock level, so it would look all I don't know, volcano-y. And I don't like it now I've seen it. Now I've seen the first few sections, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So I'm going to get rid of it. And fortunately for me, I have a quick reset button over here because the quarry's still linked up to that section. So fop, fop, and give me stuff. Give me all the stuff. It should get rid of all of the lava as well. It'll get rid of all the glass, give me all the sandstone back. Oh, look at all the glass. There we go. I kind of get my glass back, at least. And it will clear out all the lava. It's a bit of a waste of lava because I just took one of these fluid tanks, 16 buckets, and used that. But I think I've just got to cover the bedrock over, probably with half slabs, just so that nothing can spawn on it. And the problem with that is if there's any light sources underneath, they will shine through the half slab slightly. So I've got to have pitch black underneath the half slabs while I'm placing them. And then place the lighting around the room itself. Oh dear, more work. Alright, now that's starting to look a lot better. A lot cleaner, a lot nicer, a lot more in keeping with what I want. Now, if I can just get this to actually like balance out and make it an uneven, because I'm dealing with a 3x3 here, and I've got is that an uneven number? No, I've got an even number. That's why I've got an even number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 24, isn't it? Yes. So now I've got to figure out how to turn an even 16 by 16 into something odd. And I'm guessing that I've got opportunity here still. But I want to try and turn it into a decent sized tree farm. But where is the middle? That's what I need to know. So 1, 2, 3, 4 that way. 5 that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that way. So this would be about the center. I can also check with F9 and look in the center that way. But I'm going to be off center regardless, because I've got to do a 3x3x3 farm block, and that of course is going to be a 2x2x2 a 2x2 in the center there. So where would I put this in? Let's see. So if I bring these out here now, let's go this way. Actually, sound like right country bumpkin there, did. Right, let's take this one and this one, and let's do a 2 wide gap going through here on each of those lines like that, with this bordering it like it has been doing around the other sides, and then see what we've got inside. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Still a 10 by 10 in between there. If I take it out so that I've got one more, and that'll be 4 down the middle. Yeah, it'll be 4 down the middle. I can do that. And then from the 4 down the middle, because I've taken 1 off each side, I'm actually taking 2 off each side that way, aren't I? Not as easy as I would like it to be. 1, 2, oh no, there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. So then this will make it so that it's actually 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'll have a 9 by 9 when I've finished that. And inside a 9 by 9, I can do my funky farm stuff and have 4 different farms all set up and slightly, slightly set apart. Okay, that looks like it's going to do it. That's made the 16 by 16 into a 3 by 3. Oh, I mean, and 3 by 3, 3 by 3 by 3. So there's 4 tree farms can go in there. I've got all my stuff. Let's see if we can build one. Okay, to start off with then, let's go all the way up with a farm block. Right. Now, the chances are I'm going to need to take the stuff out of one side on every single side. So let's put the farm thing on there. Let's put the gearbox on there. Let's fill the middle bit in and this side bit in. It's going to become a multi-block structure eventually. And let's put the valve towards the center, and then I can kind of have some sort of water system going on in the center area. So I can have power and that going in that way. Yeah. I don't know. I'll change it around probably. No, me. I'll change it around a bit sometime. Alright, so that's that one. And then we got multi-block structure to finish off here. And here. And one more layer should do it. If it's still what it used to be. Da 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 da. Yeah, look. Now it's got that great big band around the side there. It has become a multi-block farm. And the bog standard farm is an arboretum. A bog standard arboretum. So that is a good start. Now all I need to do is just make sure it's lit. Actually, lighting it on this level is best. Because we need to attach the floor of the farm, as it were, the floor of where it wants to plant stuff, on top of that. And that is going to be these blocks. So let's start by bringing these out here and see how this is going to look. We're still going to have a too high gap. Yes, we're still going to be able to get through. So that is good. That is excellent good. Okay, let's leave it like that for now so we can still see it. I will add more to it. I will make it work better. I will do more to it over the course of time as I'm expanding all of these out. But at least let's get started so you can see what's going on. I need to get a power supply sorted out down there. Maybe I don't need to worry about it too much, but I do need to sort a power supply out. Let's get me yet a wrench and give this a tap. Take this. It should have lots in it. Lots of power in it, and that should power it up. Da 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 da. Yeah. So you can now go there, and that should start powering it. RF power. Let's see. Does it need to be set on the back? So it's output there. Now it's got power but no fertilizer. This is good. Okay, so the next thing, if we're going to use water, it's going to go in this side. So I need to set up my reservoir. So I'm going to set it up very simply on here for now, just because that's the easiest way to do it. And get 2 buckets of water, make an infinite source between the two. There we go. That's that bit done. Connect the water up via a fluid duct. I'm going to tidy it all up again. I'm going to mess around with it and tidy it all up again afterwards. But just for now, let's make sure that we've got this working properly. Let's have that as an extract. There we go. And let's have that as an insert. There we go. That fills the water up nicely. So now it just needs the fertilizer. Fertilizer is apatite. That's the problem with forestry. You've got to get this apatite stuff. But once you've got it, you get it in large amounts and it lasts a very long time. So let's get... well, actually, no, I don't need that much. Let's get a stack and 2 stacks of sand. 2 stacks of sand, and that should be all I need to do to worry about that. Get this done like so. Yep, there we go. And that's a lot, isn't it? That's a lot of fertilizer. Considering I only need 1 stack in there at a time, that's a lot of fertilizer. Okay, and then may as well get the other stuff while we're here. We're also going to need the dirt. I don't think I've got any left in there. No, I haven't. Let's get some dirt. Let's get... Well, is that all I've got left after my terraforming? Oh, man, okay. And what else? What else? Saplings. Saplings would be a good idea, wouldn't it? To start with, I'm going to run on just oak saplings, I think. Oh, I haven't got any saplings down here. Joking. Joking. No saplings. Nil saplings. Okay, I'm going to have to get some saplings from upstairs. But let's just make sure we've got it all set up right down here first. And then I can get some saplings on it. Right, so we can get in, we can do this. We can put the dirt into that slot. We can put the fertilizer into that slot. And it should start trying to place. Yeah, there we go. Now it's placing on the top. It can only place on top of those kind of blocks, though. On top of those blocks. I think maybe I can go one higher, but I believe it's got to go around it, so I've got that space in the middle there. But I can put those smooth sandstone all the way around where I want it to go, and anything it's touching will start planting trees. So let me go and get some trees. Okay, and the trees go into here. So while it's a standard farm, you can add circuits and stuff to change it, and we'll be doing that another time. But it basically, you put the saplings or whatever seeds or whatever you want to plant in here. Put the dirt in this one, fertilizer in that one, make sure water goes in it, and then the produce will come down into these here. And through the hatch, I'll be able to extract those kind of things. And also through the hatch, I could place in oak, dirt, and fertilizer. I could place into it as well. So that now is already starting to grow trees, which is good. And the size of the trees is not going to be too massive. That's another good thing. Should start cutting that down in a minute. I think it goes through numerous little checks and stuff first to see what it can do. But that is good. It's grown a tree. Now chop it down. There we go. Thank you very much. It also grabs all of the floating entities as well. So not a single apple or sapling fell down. It will put the stuff that it got for here. I'll be able to take the apples and the oak wood and all that kind of stuff out. I want to leave just this running on its own for a little while. Oh, restart in 5 minutes. Oh, well, I guess that's about time to wrap up anyway. So let us wrap up. Thank you very much for watching. I will show you a little bit more next episode. Now you've got the basics of setting it up, the basics of how I'm going to set it up in the elaborate manner of filling these 4 locations in this great big chamber full of tree making goodness. I actually want to use the wood from the trees to make the synergas for advanced generators. But right now I want to get some food on the go, and I want to get the tree types growing, so I want to get some stocks and supplies, and then the excess stock can be made into gas and power it all, so it's all self-powered as well. That'll be awesome. I'm going to have to do a little bit of tinkering around. I might be able to put these water down below into the bedrock sections so that I can hide the water source under the ground. But that's it for today's episode. Thank you very, very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next episode of the Hypermine Unstable for some more.